All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarasun said he kicked back. Get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to not only the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, but the General Seti YouTube page, two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube, giving you nothing but Black Power, Black Divinity. I want you to subscribe immediately. I want you to become a member. The link for the membership right down in the video description is in the chat. All you had to do is just click it. You get a video introduction, rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarasun Seti General Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. The General got a new website up on Teachable, uploading a lot of dynamic curriculums, powerhouse programs, certificate courses. First one up, 25 Steps to the Redemption, a definitive black manhood designed by the General strictly for the brothers. It's an amazing, amazing course. You can get a preview again by clicking the link in the chat. Also included the Brotherhood of Heru roundtable live stream where the brothers meet once a week discussing very important, vital, and powerful information pertinent to our growth and development. Get over there, check it out, family, and become a brother, become a member today. Ring the alarm, KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarasun Seti, DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. Got something for your family I know you're going to like and love. Get on over there, check it out, family. Get a discount, shop and save and shop. And everybody know the General got the pop in his page on Patreon by far. We got some fire in there right now. I want you to get over there to get it. We got the electric melanin and the explosive black mind. We most definitely going into the depths of our black divinity. I want you to get over there and get that work for all the family that's into their Kemetic studies. We got the Taret, Goddess Taret, and so bet netters of chaos coming out of the primeval abyss. I want y'all to get over there, get that work. We also got that Carthage and Phoenician jump off. I want you to get over there and get it. Boom. Here we go. That's right. Ancient Carthage and Phoenicia, masters of the Mediterranean, is in there right now. It's going down tonight. Don't you miss it. Click that link at the top of the chat and make sure, and all the family that donate to the General, thank you, appreciate you. Those would like to donate, the link is in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it. Share with your family and friends, and comment. Just don't say nothing stupid, because I will bang your ass. I went up online and I seen that this brother was missing, and it's some discrepancies in some of this information. We're just trying to validate what's going on. I know, good and well that there is other legitimate, and I'm not saying that this is not legitimate, but there's some information up online that's saying that this right here is AI generated. And so, I seen a lot of people speaking on it, and I just wanted to know if it was some new. I couldn't find no news report, only the things that I was getting off of, a couple of videos here and there, but I did see it. And, this, we have to validate everything that we putting up there today, because this is the world of AI today. And so they fabricating a whole lot of shit on this internet, voice, raps and shit, motherfuckers rapping like a dead rapper and shit and things of that, and some of them even alive, and they taking their voice and and making songs and shit. And then you got this AI can take pictures and make a goddamn AI generated photo of damn near anybody, you know what I'm saying? So I just need, because I seen there is some validated shit going on about, I seen where, they didn't jumped on a brother going into one of these sundown towns, and they didn't jumped on the brother as a trucker. And so this trucking shit has become, very dangerous out there. You feel what I'm saying? You got to damn near go as a team. Nah, You feel me? You got to have somebody go with you, 2, 3 motherfuckers go with you, cause it's getting, it's getting to be dangerous. It's been dangerous because I've been hearing about a lot of truckers. They go into these towns and shit, and and these damn Neanderthals is in there like the heels have eyes and shit, saying family is getting beat up, family coming up missing. Truckers were, I seen where some of the brothers had been hanged and things of that nature. It has not changed that, that it's just certain areas that they don't want you to go in, and it has not changed, and it will not change pretty much. You have to, you have to be safe when you go into these cities, no matter what. No matter goddamn what, no matter what they tell you. Oh, we're not like that anymore. Just hung a nigga last night, and to sit up there and lie in your face and shit, because a lot of them is some old closet ass racists. They get away with a lot of shit by not advertising they racism, and so people come in there with their guards down and shit. Let me get in the chat and see what's up. Yeah. So you got a lot of these towns where I remember one time I went in a goddamn town, and you could tell, it was pure white, and we was on our way to like a camping trip, and man, we pull up in this motherfucking town. Man, listen, they look like man, listen, I ain't never seen no people look like they look like we had rose up out the grave. You see what I'm saying? They couldn't, like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Is this here? Luckily, we was deep. But even being deep, we was like, man, let's get the fuck on out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, these motherfuckers looking like they, they could start some shit any minute now. You feel me? And so you can't just be out here riding, you have to get in there and get the fuck on out. You got to get in there and get the fuck on out. And it's going to have to be some type of laws passed, man. About, with these truckers out here, give them some type of protection or something. You're going to have to put that thing on you. Straight the fuck up. And you see, the thing is, when you go into these goddamn sundown towns and shit, the law is on their side. You see? Yeah, the law is on their motherfucking side, so you in trouble, the sheriffs and shit, the local law, they on their side, they all on the same page, they all on the same team. So if you go in there thinking, oh, you fall out or something happened with, regular citizen, and then you call the law, you really didn't goddamn put yourself in deeper motherfucking shit by even calling their ass. You know what I'm saying? You come out better getting in your shit and get the fuck on up out of there. And so, yeah, I seen where, I didn't get a hold to that particular video where I seen that they had jumped on the brother and shit over some bullshit, and I'm gonna have to check back into that. And I'll talk about it a little later, but, I went to look, what's up, Black Power? I went to look this brother up. And they saying, and I got the video where they saying that is AI generated, but a lot of people, and see, we had to do the research. You know what I'm saying? Normally I try to get some type of video off the, where the news or something and shit, cause you can hold a motherfucker accountable for what they report. If they ain't gonna always tell the truth, but if the brother had been reported missing, they got to validate that, you know what I'm saying? Or if they outright, even the goddamn news is be outright lying. Yeah, you say you used to be a trucker, I always carry my power too. Well, you got to carry that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You out there on that road, because that's military. Anytime you got to hit the road like that, yeah, you got the motherfucking, you got to put that motherfucking thizang on you. You feel me? And shit, and keep it, and keep it close. That's a lot of distance. You got to be in a lot of towns a motherfucker got to go through. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through so many goddamn towns to get to your destination. And so let me play this. First, I'm gonna play this one, and so you know, so we can see exactly. Now it is. Now don't get it twisted. Just because I said this one was personally AI, that's what's being said. That's what not what I'm validating. What I'm trying to see is any of the family out here validated this brother, because what this video is saying that there's no news report of this brother, and they check and there's nobody claimed to be missing by this name or anything of the nature. So I'm trying to validate the this report on this brother. You see, I'm trying to validate the report on this brother, but let me play this video, family.
45 that morning. When he talked to his wife at 3:45 that morning, he told his wife he was getting down, off the interstate to go get some coffee. She never talked back to him ever again. I think his wallet and I believe the truck was found or something like that. But she haven't heard from her husband at all. So who has snatched this man? Where's this man? You think he just up and just left it and just, come on, bro? What's really going on? But I want y'all to go and look up truck drivers, black truck drivers that has went missing. You'll be surprised the stories that's out there. Though it's just not safe. And I know me and my husband has traveled. And we done got down on in these little towns to stop to get gas. And it just don't feel right. You know what I'm saying? So sundown towns are real, guys. I actually talked to my nephew because he's a truck driver. And he told me he done walked in a store and he said, Auntie, everything just got quiet. So basically he knew he wasn't, he wasn't comfortable or he wasn't supposed to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people had a problem of him being there. Talk with your loved ones, okay? And guys, share this man's story. I'm going to hashtag his name, okay? I'm praying for his family. Hugs and love. If you are a black truck driver, please be careful. Again, hugs and love. Y'all be blessed, J-Lo.
Yeah, so, but that then, I got to go and validate this particular brother. When you out there on that road, see, that's why motherfuckers, you got to keep gas in your shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't be stopping. You know what I'm saying? You have to damn near keep that motherfucker, on full. If you driving, you want to try and don't if it get down near goddamn half, you got to damn near go on and, you understand, put some motherfucking gas in. And when you stop out there on that road, you need to stop at them big motherfucking like what they call rest stops. You can't, when you pull off and go into them little ones and shit, and you yell, no, you want to go where it's a whole lot of motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no difference. You got to go where it's a whole lot of motherfuckers. When you come in that goddamn, that rest stop, you got cameras. It's just a big, you get in there, get what you gonna get, and get the fuck on now. And we can't be lollygagging out on that goddamn road. And you can't be stopping and shit. You try to get in where and if it start getting where it's getting late, you got to pull that motherfucker on in. Straight up. You just go on and pull the motherfucker in, get behind closed doors and lock your shit and get on in there behind closed doors, because being out there on that goddamn road at night is very dangerous. And we got truck drivers, they know that to be true. It's very dangerous driving at night. And then if some shit go down at night, you most definitely the veil of darkness and shit, motherfucker could do whatever the fuck they want to do. But you have to plan that shit out where, you know what I'm saying? If you've been on these roads long enough and you know where the stops is, you have to kind of gauge yourself like, yeah, I'm going to stop right here. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I know it'll be a lot of people at this motherfucker. And if you in the daytime, that you're safer than at night. I could tell you that. In some goddamn areas, it don't matter if it's day or night. You don't need to be in that motherfucking area. So if you drive, you just got to learn, where you have to learn as you go. Like, no, a lot of times you don't even want to pull off. You want to try to get on one of them goddamn, you know, one of them rest stops that, you know, already on the freeway. You know what I'm saying? Pull on in and shit and get your motherfucking gas and get your ass back on the road and get the fuck on. You see, and try to get to where you going as quickly as possible. And if it's starting to get night, you might as well just go and find you and even finding you somewhere to go. You want to try to, you know, you gotta map that shit out. Real talk, you know, ain't nothing wrong with how you do that shit. You know, like if it's some hotels and you want to judge what city you gonna stop the fuck in, even to get a goddamn room. You see what I'm saying? You want to and get in there and close your motherfucking door, and when you get up, yeah, then be on your merry motherfucking way and get there. You see, but I got this video right here, and they trying to say that
story going around that this truck driver is missing.
I can't stand all that drama and shit. I'm gonna just take that out of there. And so they saying black truck driver vanished, but they saying it's false. You see, they saying that they didn't look. Now that don't mean shit about the other ones that we didn't verify now. So, you know, but everything, see, they, you know, and then have a whole motherfucker. We be looking stupid in the motherfucker. You know, I just want to verify, because if it is, we're going to put full pressure on trying to figure out where the brother is. You know what I'm saying? We had to, you know, where's his family? His family should be coming forward and saying some things. You feel me? Yeah, his family should be coming forward and saying some things. And you know, and that's what we need to see to validate where did he come up missing. And you know, it should be some type of news report, man. It should be on the news. You know, was there a missing persons report filed? Where is the family? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, there ain't no need of being quiet. That's the wrong thing. If your family missing, you want to be very vocal. You want to be right. You want to be making as many goddamn posts and vocal, going live and shit and this, that, and the third. That's what you got to do when somebody missing, because time is of the goddamn essence. You feel me? And so you want to you want to try to get as much notoriety out there on the issue. So, you know, people is looking, you know what I'm saying? People is looking. But, hey, these roads ain't really safe and shit, you know. I remember I used to be out there on that goddamn road, you know, when I first started doing lectures and shit. And, you know, you out there and you going places and shit you ain't never been, and you go, you know, you just by, you know, you pulling up in towns and shit, and they looking at you like you crazy and shit. And then we 4 niggas and shit, you know, they probably thinking we either we were gonna rob their ass or we fleeing, or you know how they think, you know, just where's these niggas going? Where these 4 niggas going? And they got on goddamn African. We jump out RBG and shit, you know what I'm saying? Africa patches and shit on our and we in the middle of the motherfucking Appalachia or some goddamn where we jump out African, you know, military garb and we got them things though. We had them thumpers now, goddamn it. Fuck that, you know. We had it, but we knew, you know, it's like in and out, you know what I'm saying? Take your piss, motherfucker, get what you gonna get and get your ass in the car so we can get the fuck on up. I ain't bullshit. I am not bullshit with you, you know. And shit, but when we was hitting that road, we was trying our damnedest, man, to get where the fuck we was going. Ain't no all that stopping and shit and all of that. No, we was trying to get where the fuck and gas up, cause shit, especially at night, you know what I'm saying? Cause it's shit, you been ran out of motherfucking gas and shit. Cause some of these old towns, they close. You feel what I'm saying? You pull up in the motherfucker and shit is closed and shit, and they got one of them old school. You see, one of them old school gas stations where they ain't got no goddamn card on that motherfucker. Yeah, they ain't got no card on that motherfucker. So man, we done been in that predicament too. Motherfucker trying to fly up, the freeway to try to get to the next one and shit, and you got to keep that motherfucker gassed up, but, be careful out there, family, and to these truckers, man, they're going to have to send them a message, but you look at the administration, you ain't, look at the administration. They're going to have to put a mob team together. Motherfuckers start coming up, man. Motherfuckers going to have to mob on this. Motherfuckers going to have to mob on the town. That's how Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, they'll mob on the town. Like, yeah, what's happening? Don't, where he at? We missing. Don't have us come back down to this motherfucker. You feel what I'm saying? You think you going to get away scot-free and motherfuckers pull down there on their ass. You know what I'm saying? That's how Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad would do it. They'll roll up in there like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, you think you getting away free. We'll tear this bitch up real quick. You know what I'm saying? And that's what is going to have to happen. Because if they think they can, they've been doing this shit since slavery. All that, the sheriffs and shit is with the lynch mob. They don't give a goddamn. So if you think you're going to go down there and get some fucking support from any type of law and shit, you out your goddamn mind. You know what I'm saying? The sheriffs and shit, when the lynch mob show up, the sheriffs, they'll walk out the door, and leave the keys right there on the wall, and they'll go unlock the goddamn bars and just carry the victim, the black victim off, and you'll never see him again. You see, he would do that and say they overpowered him, and then he didn't just walked out the motherfucker with a cigarette and let them and leave the keys right there and let them go in there and get the man. You see, that's how they do. So you ain't gonna get no motherfucker. So you had to go on and get where you're going and find a safe route, the safest route, where you can kind of bypass some of these sundown towns and get to where you're going. And if you ain't got the motherfucking drive, you understand what I'm saying? Go on, get on, the motherfucking the train and the goddamn plane is safer. You feel what I'm saying? So, but anyway, family, that's it on this particular story. I'm gonna most definitely do some research on this brother, and there is some other reports that they done jumped on the brother. I'm gonna bring y'all that back, and yeah, and I'm hearing that they talking about boycotting this is sundown town. I don't know what's in it for a motherfucker to boycott. But, I'm going to look into this boycott, to look into this city and see where it is. We're going to bring the information back to your family. In the meantime, if anybody can validate this brother, him coming up missing, and I'm going to go and do some more research. I wasn't able to do it. I just wanted to get out there and kind of, if he is, and, to get his face out there. And I believe his name was, what was it, Darnell? What was his name? If y'all know it, drop it in there. What is, I'll get it. Eric Darnell. That's his name. Eric Darnell. And so I'm most definitely gonna do some more research. I just wanted to get active. You know what I'm saying? And his name is Eric Darnell. Okay, he's supposedly come up missing in Arkansas. So if y'all could do some research on the brother and see if you can validate his missing, him coming up missing, and kind of put some information out there where you can on your social media, validate it first. Validate the information. Get an official report from a news agency, from his family, and put that up. Don't, all that sharing flyers and nobody has, validated, that's just, we fucking chasing our tail now with all this AI shit, looking crazy and shit. So that's just what it is, family. I'll be right black. This is the general. Make sure y'all get on over there to Patreon. Click that link. We got some fire going down this evening. Ancient Carthage and Phoenicia, Masters of the Mediterranean. We're going to be dropping Netters of Chaos, Tarek, and Sobek, Nile Valley, Kushite family, Electric Melanin, and the Explosive Black Mind, Black Divinity. Come on over there and get that work. I'll see you in a minute, family. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. You say, but why was he in the field? I don't know. I ain't validated nothing yet. I see, people's is saying, was he in the field? Was it a body or anything? What they're saying is that, this is AI generated. When you look, they saying even this picture back there, they trying to say that is AI generated. I'm not valid, and it's a lot of crazy shit going on with that AI. So you have to be careful. You got to be careful. You see, but I'll have another report where I'm gonna do a little deeper. But like I said, I just wanted to put this one in the air so family could at least be doing some research. And if y'all do find anything, make sure you put it up, keep a link to it, and share it to as many of your social platforms as possible. So that we could. If the brother missing, we got to get some location. We got to know where he at. We got to put some eyes and some ears on this shit. All right, family, I'll be black. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.